All right. Good morning, everyone. I was just going to say happy Wednesday. I don't even know what day it is, right? It's just a blur, right? These days, the days just roll right in from one to the next. But we are so happy and excited to be here today. And good morning to all of our attendees. And thank you for spending your time with us. You guys are in for quite a treat here. We've got everyone from the mayor of the town of Davey, Ms. Judy Paul. We've got a couple of local experts on our panel today, Ms. Patia Cordo and Mr. Sunisa Kohler. And we've got our fantastic moderator today, the one, the only Ms. Cheryl King Weathers. And of course, our awesome sponsor today. He's got a cutting personality, Giovanni Pastrana. So sit back, relax, enjoy. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. We are going to have Mr. Kohler, he's going to be speaking first. He has a deposition, I believe, this morning. He is a very busy man, so we'll take his questions before he goes. And go ahead and put those in the chat, raise your hand, whatever you like, and we're here now. So I'm going to kick things off right now. And let's see, I'm going to tell you about 2 seconds about myself. My name is Lori McQuestion, Director of Business Development for Broward, for the Miami Association of Realtors. So in case we have not yet met in person or virtually, nice to meet you. And very happy to have you here today. Excited to be here as well. And I'm going to, without further ado, introduce our fantastic sponsor, Mr. Giovanni Pastrana. He is here with Cutting Edge Gifts. That's why I said he has a cutting personality. So Giovanni, take it away.
Thank you so much, Lori. Good morning, everybody. You know, it'd be a good day when the gift guy pops on to kick off your Zoom. Before we jump in, I just want to acknowledge you all for being here, right? Leveling up your business. If we've never met, my name is Giovanni Pastrana. Like Lori mentioned, I'm just here today to talk to you about how to make sure that your clients stay your clients forever and that you stay top of mind with every client you work with. How do we do that? Well, we really help you leverage your closing gifts, right? We've been the largest closing gift company in the nation for the last decade. And what we found was many of the most common gifts, and you can, share in the chat box. We usually find wine, champagne, gift cards, gift baskets, maybe things around the house, some of the most popular gifts. I'm not here this morning to tell you clients don't like those gifts, right? People love gifts. They're free. But what we found was, when you guys think about it, what's the main challenge with those gifts? Where are those gifts? A few weeks, days, months, years down the road. Yeah, you're probably thinking, right? Consumed, eaten, drank, maybe the gift cards are spent, maybe the flowers or plants die, right? So we just helped find the solution, right? We help you get a gift for your client that they're going to absolutely love and that they're going to use for the rest of your career while helping you stay in front of them so you can generate more business. How do we do that? Well, one of the products we're actually most known for, and maybe there's a play on words behind our name, is our famous Cutco cutlery. And I know there's some Cutco owners in the house. I see you guys have access to the chat box. So if you own Cutco, if you're part of the Cutco family, tell me how long you've had your Cutco. Share in the chat box. I'd love to say hi. If you aren't familiar with Cutco, all it is like the Rolls Royce, the Bentley of kitchen knives, right? It's 100% made in America, guaranteed forever. And I'm sure there's some Cutco owners in the house, so don't be shy. 10 years, I see Cher. Amazing. I love that. Over a decade, she's had her Cutco. You can keep sharing there in the chat box. All we do with the world famous Cutco product that's been on the Discovery Channel, the Food Network, we just take the world-class product and we just engrave directly on the product, just like this, with your business, your logo, your name, your phone number on the gift itself. And why is that important? It just helps you keep you top of mind, right? NAR did a study. They said after 2 years, it's super scary, after 2 years, only 12% of people could name their real estate agent 2 years after closing. Super scary, right? But when you give them something that they're going to love and use every day, keeps you top of mind, becomes a natural conversation piece when they're in the kitchen, when friends and family over. And because it's engraved, little loophole, it's 100% tax deductible as advertising and marketing. So you can get the entire gift right off. So I'll do something special for you guys. For those of you that are on the call, if you have closings coming up, you want some more information, or you're interested in gifts, I'll give you my phone number here really quick. And what we're going to do, and I see you, Jamil, we'll get you set up right here. I'm going to give you my phone number. And everyone that orders from the class today, we're going to get you $100 in free Cutco with your gift order just for taking action in your business and for being on the seminar today. So I'm going to give you my phone number here. I'm going to take your phones out real quick. It's going to be 954-303 9809. I think I could pop it up there real quick as well. 954-303-9809. Just text me with your name, with your email. We'll get you that $100 in free Cutco with your order. And again, I'll also throw that in the chat box there. So go ahead and shoot that over. Other than that, I hope you guys have a super sharp class today. I'm super excited, and we will kick it back off to Lori.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Giovanni. Yay. You can put your little things in the corner of your boxes, give him a thumbs up or a clap. He's awesome. You are fantastic. You gonna stick around for a little bit? In case anybody has any cutting edge questions. All right, give them to Giovanni. He is the best. Thank you so much. One of our awesome affiliate business partners who sponsor all these great classes, events, seminars, and webinars. Yes, he's phenomenal. All right, so we're going to get started. This is our monthly Broward City Series spotlighting on different cities, towns throughout the county. And today we are highlighting Davie, my old alma mater. I lived there years ago, and I'm a proud graduate of Cedar City High School. And don't ask me what year, because I'm not going to tell you. So I want to introduce our moderator today, extraordinaire. She is also one of our Broward ambassadors. We have a new lineup of Broward Miami ambassadors that started this year. They are out and about. They are ambassadors of goodwill, spreading cheer wherever they go. And Cheryl King Weathers is with us here today. She is a successful South Florida realtor who specializes in Southwest Broward and also lives and works in the awesome town of Davey. Cheryl spent over 20 years with the United States Postal Service. I did not know that, but decided a few years ago to embark upon a total career change, which led to her rewarding profession of real estate. So she still pounds the pavement, just in a totally different aspect there, right? She loves helping people and is here to help us as our official moderator today. Please welcome Miss Cheryl King Weathers. Take yourself off mute, Cheryl.
Thank you so much, Lori, for that awesome introduction. I so appreciate you doing that, and I'm excited to be here today and talk about the town of Davie, in which I live and love. So we're going to kick this off by introducing Mr. Sunisa Kohler. Sunisa Kohler is the Executive Vice President of the Falcon Group and has more than a decade of both international and domestic experience in all aspects of construction and engineering. He works closely with developers, contractors, attorneys, management companies, condo and homeowners associations. He is also involved with plan reviews for high-rise structures and the assessment of existing structures. His design background is in mid-rise residential, commercial, and industrial structures. Let's please welcome Sunisa Kohler of the Falcon Group.
Well, thank you very much, Cheryl. Thank you all the panelists, and thank you for having me. It's my pleasure to be here, and I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to discuss the topic, the hot topic that's been on everybody's mind since the unfortunate events that have happened in Surfside and the tragic collapse of the Champlain Tower South. Because of that, unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to put it, the engineers have become most sought people in Miami area. And I'm sure that if you're living in a condo or an HOA, there's a lot of concern going around, and a lot of people are asking questions, are we safe? And I think that's the question been going around throughout this entire region. And not just that, because we have offices throughout the United States, all the regions in the United States are basically asking the same question. Are we safe? Are our structures safe? And how do we make sure that they are? I just want to start by saying there is a lot of information going around in media and otherwise, trying to explain what has happened and what are the causes and whatnot when it comes to this truly catastrophic event. And for now, for the time being, all of those are hypothetical. So please take all of that information with a grain of salt. We have to let professionals complete their investigation. New bits and pieces of information are becoming available every day, and hopefully shortly will have the reasons or whatever the causes might be for this event. More importantly, how do we make sure that we do everything that we can to prevent such things? And I will say the one thing that I say when I do a class on the 40 and 50 year rectification, which if you live in Broward and Miami-Dade County, you're surely familiar with, especially if your buildings are reaching that 40-year mark, and that is maintenance. Maintenance of the buildings is one of the paramount things that you can do to protect your property and ensure longevity and performance of your asset. What it means is basically to ensure that your property receives a proper paint coatings on a regular schedule, which should be in this environment, should be 8 to 10 years, that you perform inspections, that you don't neglect your roofs, that you don't neglect your waterproofing membranes on your decks, on your pool decks, entry driveway decks, and so on and so forth. The waterproofing membranes are probably the one that is the most commonly forgotten about, simply because they're usually buried under some pavers and tiles and whatnot, and not readily observable. And we only start thinking about that waterproofing on the deck when the water starts leaking on our cars in the garage. And then usually the first thing we do is we put some gutters there and some pans to collect that water, and we don't even think about, let's fix it from the top. That's something that has to change. That's something that we have to take better action about. Same things about the roofs. Just because the roof doesn't leak, but it holds water and a membrane seems to be falling apart. But since there are no leaks in the upper floors or penthouse units, we don't do anything about it. That is something that also has to change. So what we need to do is be more proactive. We need to take a proactive approach. Same thing like we do for everything, else. We do these things for our own health. We conduct regular wellness checks every year, or we should be doing that. And then as we hit certain milestones in certain age, we have certain things that we have to do. With our cars, we change the oil, we go and do regular checkups and whatnot. For some reason, the buildings, and the reason is that these things are usually costly. We kind of like the famous word in condo and HOA world is defer. If it's not immediately failing, we can do it a little bit later. I'll just use an analogy, and that is, you don't have to change the oil every 3,000 miles, even not every 5,000 miles, not even 10,000 miles. You can probably run the car until 15 or 17 or 20, but when the time comes, you will not just change the oil, you probably have to change the entire engine block, just because you neglected the maintenance for so long. Same applies to the building. You don't have to do things the very moment when they occur, but not doing them at that time is going to be far more costly, far more problematic, and it's going to last more and longer than initially should have. And remember, the construction lasts long as it is, and it's usually very inconvenient for you. You won't have access to the balconies, you don't have access to the pool deck, you don't have access to the certain areas. So the longer you wait, the longer you're going to be inconvenienced. So if I can, leave you with something, that is, make sure that you properly and timely maintain your property.
That's awesome advice, and coming from someone who lives in a building built in 1969. I live in a 3-story, 36-unit condo building. My husband, much to my dismay, is still on the board, and I was just informed that we never had a 40-year certification. So the city has now, Pompano Beach has now dinged us big time, and we're going to have to, we're expecting some upcoming assessments, let's put it that way, because there are structural cracks. It's an older building built in 69. So yeah, definitely. I loved your analogy about the oil change. It's a lot cheaper and easier to change your oil regularly than to have to rehaul the entire engine. Absolutely. All right. So I see we have some questions coming in the chat. All right, from Latest Brendan, thank you. I hope I said your name right, Latest. How can unit owners do something when the board of directors mismanage the association funds and when unit owners report issues to the DBPR and they do not do anything? I don't know if you can answer that or not.
That may be a little bit outside of the engineering world, but given that
Right.
you know I work as a consultant for the association, this is something that happens more often than one would like to see. The thing is this: you have to care about your property, and I know that there is a you know sometimes really unfortunate miscommunication between the boards and the associations, and there is always a question: are they doing the right thing? Is the board doing the right thing? I can tell you this: be active in your building. That's your property, the same as anybody else that lives in that property. Be active. What Lori just said, her husband is on the board. Run for the board. That's the way you can be involved. You can be on top of things, especially if you have a you know a trade that can help your building. So that's something that's the best way you can probably do that. As far as I know, the elections are every year. So, and given that Florida statutes have a lot of you know time that you have to do things in a year, you probably cannot do a lot, but still you can do some things to help yourself and help your building. Obviously, the attorneys and everything else, they will give you additional advices as to what you can do. But if it comes to that, then it's probably already too late.
So with the new buildings being built, say in Davie, new construction there, how have the guidelines changed? What is different now, especially based on what happened in Surfside? So moving forward, what has changed, if anything?
Well, currently not much has changed for new construction. New construction actually follows a set of very strict rules and regulations when it comes to the both design and the actual construction of the building. So not much has changed right now. Some changes are expected to happen, especially when it comes to the plans. But for the older buildings, changes are coming. Most likely the 40-year is going to become a 30-year or 20-year or something like that.
Right.
There may be more frequent inspections. There are mentions of every 5 years versus every 10 years. There are mentions of reserve studies becoming mandatory and not be able to be voided anymore, at least for life safety issues such as structures, electrical and whatnot. So some of those things are coming, and the process itself, the 40-year, may become more detailed, more stringent, and obviously more costly.
Right. So it's definitely something you want to.
Thanks, Lori. I wanted to know kind of almost the same thing, in that, do you think with everything going on in Surfside, do you think that's going to pivot across the nation, not just here in Florida, but across the nation, about the 40-year, or maybe lessen it to 30 or 20 years? Do you think that's going to blanket the country?
Great question.
I'm not sure what's going to blanket. That's Florida for sure, because as you may or may not know, 40-year is only in Miami, Dade, and Broward. But now the chances are that process, whatever it's going to be called in the future, and whatever timeframes, are going to be on the state level versus the county level. When it comes to the nation, I can tell you this, that certain states, at least the condos in those states, are taking this very seriously and going through this process individually, irrelevant or regardless of the state regulations. I wouldn't be surprised to see additional states, especially states with a lot of high-rise buildings and older construction, to implement these type of processes. New York, for example, has this process already on a very frequent schedule. I think that they're doing it every 10 years or something like that. So, you know, we may copy some of them before they copy us.
Thank you so much. Anyone else have any other questions? I know Mr. Kohler has to get on his deposition. Here we have one question here from ladies again. and she also lives in Davie, and her mom just sent an email to the town of Davie code compliance, and because we have mere roof termite
I
land,
think that's major. Yeah.
yeah, the
Major
structural
roof
issue
termites.
is not following the proper steps. Major, yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
I just would comment on that. I just read that email this morning, and I've already told my staff that it had to have priority and they needed to get onto it right away.
Awesome. All right. So, ladies, you're in the right place at the right time.
That's right.
Judy Paul on
Segue.
here. That was
What
good
a perfect
timing.
segue.
I think, yeah, I think there was a method to her madness.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm looking, just checking to see if we have any more questions, because I know you have to run soon. Did you want to put your contact information in the chat before you go?
Sure.
That would be awesome.
In
case anyone has any afterthoughts. That always happens. As soon as we let you go, someone's going to.
I believe.
Oh, she said it's already there. I think Michelle put it in there.
And I believe she put it in the chat somewhere.
Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, I believe she did. Okay, I just saw it. Thank you.
Perfect.
I'm scrolling the wrong way. Sorry, I'm trying to keep tabs on everything. But we really greatly appreciate you being here today, taking the time to, listen. This is going to be a hot topic, obviously, for a long time to come, with a 40-year certification or lack thereof in certain cases. Moving forward, the Surfside unfortunately set a very serious precedent there. So thank you again so much for being with us here today and taking time out of your busy schedule. We greatly appreciate it.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Thank you all the panelists and all the attendees. It's my pleasure. And anytime, anything anybody needs, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm always glad to be and help if I can.
Oh, we have Cheryl. You want to catch that one last question?
The last question that I saw from Julia Harris is there a way to see when a 40-year certification was done?
There are two ways you can do it, either through your management company, if you have one, to the records of the building, or reach out to the municipality where you live, and they should have records whether that process has been completed.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you again.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you so much. And like I said, that was a perfect segue with Mayor Paul, because she is going to be our next speaker and highlight for today. And I'm excited because I live in the town of Davie and she's my mayor, so I'm just excited to introduce her. In March of 2009, Judy Paul was sworn in as the town of Davie's new mayor. She is currently serving her 4th term as a dedicated, full-time mayor who is passionate about service to the town. Mayor Paul's commitment to the entire Davie community is apparent via her tireless schedule that keeps her constantly interacting with the residents and advocating on their behalf. She's a champion for the people of Davie who want to preserve the town's unique charm and character. Let's please welcome my mayor, Mayor Judy Paul.
Morning. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be here with you today. I just love the realtors. You are the economic engines, you really are, because you bring the people to our town that are going to be working here, that are going to be having dinner here, having lunch, using our businesses, and of course the small businesses are our backbone. So it's really important, and I like to keep up to date with all the realtor organizations. And I love sharing information about my town. It's my passion, and as I say, this is what I live for. I'm not the person. I never look at myself as a politician. I'm just another very active citizen who's trying to do the best for residents. And my famous line is, I'm always fighting City Hall, and I am City Hall. So I always say, why can't we do this? Well, it's the law. I said, well, we have to find a way. So that's what keeps me going. We are about 35 square miles, our town. And we go from the yachts in the east to the horse ranches in the west. We are known as Cowboy Town, but in recent years, we have become a very unique college town. And I just love giving you a snapshot of what we're all about. We go from, you're 15 minutes from the airport, from the, excuse me, and from Port Everglades. We have many highways intersecting our community, 595, Florida Turnpike, I-75. There are many ways to get to Davie. Our public safety is second to none in Broward County. Davie is unique in its open space program. One of the things that I work for is to preserve our agricultural heritage. We have a lot of farms, a lot of nurseries in the town, but we have a lot of open space. We have nearly 2,000 acres. In addition, we have almost 200 miles of pedestrian and equestrian trails. We also have the largest educational institution complex in the Tri-County area. And this is the South Florida Education Center, which I'm going to touch on a little bit later. But and later this year, the town will have its first hospital opening up. I think the grand opening is scheduled for October. We also have a top-rated fire department. And anyone that is looking to move to Davie is, of course, interested in not only police and the fire response. And we have what they call an ISO 1. This is the highest rating. And we're one of 35 municipalities in the state of Florida that has this rating. It's very difficult to obtain, and we have done it. And what this does, it helps with insurance rates, and that always a good thing, when we look at what's happening with the costs of insurance. So no matter where you are in the town of Davie, you're close to a park or to open space. I belong to the Conference of Mayors, and we have a program, and I'm glad to say that we participated in it and have just about accomplished it, that we have a park or some open space within a 15-minute walk from almost every neighborhood, so that people can access. We have little community pocket parks. And as a result of this, residents enjoy 19 acres per 1,000 residents in their level of service. That's 4 times higher than the typical level of service for park and open space for any other community. And, it's not unknown that I have been called a tree hugger. It's one of my most favorite labels. I even threatened to chain myself to a tree on Orange Drive next to the canal when the South Florida Water Management District tried to cut down all the trees. They succeeded in doing it on the south side, but I was able to save them on the north side. We have so many amenities in our parks, myriad of bicycle enthusiasts, athletes. We have a number of parks with exercise equipment and trails that you can get your muscles going and really have a nice workout. I mentioned the educational opportunities. The town, of course, I said, is one of the biggest employers is the Nova Southeastern University. We have the University of Florida, Florida Atlantic University, Broward College, and McFadden Vocational. As a result, we find, and this is a great statistic, 38% of residents in Davie have received a bachelor's degree, which means we have a very highly educated population that's very attractive to the business community. HCA is going to be opening a 4-story, 140-bed hospital next to the Novus Southeastern campus. That's on University Drive, just north of Griffin Road. And we're looking for great things with this partnership. And, you know, this is something someone moving to Davie would be very interested in, knowing that their emergency room has been open for a number of years and it's been very widely used. So let me go into something that you're all interested in, that is the economic development. The town continues to experience a high level of economic growth. I couldn't believe it. During the pandemic, everybody was, you know, sequestered into their homes and doing everything on Zoom. And we had a building boom. People were aware of the fact that this was going to be over and they were going to be ready for it when it was. Let me look at, talk to you about some of our developments that have been completed. I'm sure that many of you, if you've been in, especially downtown Davie, see that we're going through a renaissance there. But University Point was one of the first buildings to be completed. It's a mixed-use student housing project that actually received the Florida Redevelopment Association's Best New Building Award statewide. And that was in the makings for many, many years. And it's within one building. They still need to build one more building, but it's a beautiful, beautiful site. They just opened, and I'll tell you, my friend Noshelle Hastings organized a little group meeting at Faux Bar, a Vietnamese restaurant. It was absolutely phenomenal. They also have a burger place that's opening there soon. So you have the University Point, which is student housing, and the lower level is all businesses. It's going to be a pizza, salad bar, pita bar, sushi bar, Juice Mafia. And as I said before, there's a burger place that's supposed to be opening in a couple of weeks. Another important spot is Zona Village. Zona Village is located at 3890 Davy Road. It's a mixed-use project that has all the amenities that residents would want. It's got a pool, a game room, pet-friendly atmosphere, and that's very important to a lot of people. It's various apartment options. Businesses are opening at that location soon. They're going to have a Tea Delicious, a Cellular Fix Experts, Dulcie's Jamaican restaurant, and a medical center offering spas and facials. So this is already up and running. And the rentals are going like wildfire. Then we have Main Street Lofts. This is also a mixed-use project, and you'll recognize that because there's a big statue of a bull out in the front. They're trying to zero in on that cowboy Western image. The project includes 36 condos and 3,000 square feet of commercial space. So that's an idea. On the housing area, Augur Reserve, which is out on Shotgun Road, and I should mention that's Shotgun Road is equivalent to 152nd, I think, or 150th. And it is not even the farthest west. It runs on the east side of I-75. But Davey actually goes to Weston Road and also Dykes Road, south of Griffin. All of the automobile dealerships and restaurants and so forth that are from Griffin Road to the hospital are Davey. So that's a little fact that a lot of people don't know, because they call themselves the West in this and the West in that, when actually they are in Davey. But on Shotgun Road, there is an 18-home residential community by CC Devco. And actually, it sold out very quickly last year at prices exceeding $950,000. And that's the other thing too. I'm just like amazed at the prices of these homes. So on Griffin Road, we have a Lennar project that recently completed townhome community. And these were priced in the upper 300s to the low 100s at Griffin Road and Southwest 58th Avenue. And I know there's still availability there. It's a more moderately priced location. Some of the places that are under construction, we have Sierra Ranches on Hiatus Road. This is a south of 595. It's a Lennar project. It's 79 single family homes. I hate to say it, they're ranging from 1.3 to 1.4 million dollars. When they started, if you got in on the front end, when they first opened their trailer for selling homes, you could have gotten something for under $1 million, but the demand has been great and the prices have been going up. We have Millstone Ranches that's going out not far from my house. This is a Toll Brothers project. They're constructing single family homes on Southwest 148th Avenue. And these are starting at 1.6 million. I don't know where people are getting all this. I know this is a great opportunity for realtors to get in on some of these markets. We have Stillwater Shores, which is another Toll project, which is on Southwest 70th Street. That's east of University. There's Oak Park. This is a single family home product that's at Flamingo Road and Southwest 26th Street. And the home sizes there are over 5,000 square feet. They're absolutely amazing. I always wonder sometimes, how can somebody live in such a big house? But they love it, and I guess they have plenty of company or big families. Then commercially, we have Bridge 595. This is 3 Class A industrial buildings that total 670,000 square feet. And these are located on Reach Road, which is all the way to the east, east of Davey Road. And it offers very easy access to major transportation arteries. We have the Davey Business Center on Davey Road, 7 buildings with a total gross building area of over 1 million square feet. A lot of the people that are there, they are aviation, Boeing, Aval. So this is going to be a center. A Carnival has a spot in there too. And I was all excited to hear about that. That's where they have an auditorium. And that's where they produce and practice all their shows that they're going to do on the ships. You know, we've got a little bit of everything. We have a number of things that are coming. We're going to be building a new town hall. We're moving over to Pine Island Park for the next 3 years. We're in the process of packing and moving now. But we're going to be building a new town hall right on the same location that we have it now. And I had said, you know, I don't care how modern it is on the inside. And if you want to go 3 stories or even 4 stories, it's fine with me, to bring all of our departments together under one roof with a new and modern and high-tech commissions chamber. But I want you to replicate what we have now. I know you can do it, and they have done it, and I saw the drawings, and they're fabulous. The front of the building is going to look exactly the same and give that Western atmosphere. But most of the area where the town hall is now will be all open space, park area. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm not enjoying the packing, but that's beside the point. We have another one that's coming called Frontier Square. My dream, and this is interesting, back in 1998 when I first ran, I ran on the platform of redeveloping Davey Road. We had so many cars passing through down Davey Road, going to the colleges. Nobody was stopping. I wanted to make downtown Davie an entertainment and dining destination. And we're getting there. We're actually getting there. And that's what I said, we have a renaissance coming. The Frontier Village is going to be strictly an entertainment center. That'll be on the corner of Orange Drive and Davy Road. And there'll be a small boutique hotel. And this will all be adjacent to Town Hall. And its sister project, which is on the other side at 39th and Davy Road, is also called the Promenade, is going to be a very special. I'm looking forward to a very exciting thing going on over there. Again, we have some more Main Street Lofts, Main Street Place that are in the workings. The second phase of Zona, and it's just so much. We've got so much to offer, and I know I probably ran out of time already, but I just, when I talk about the town, there's just so much to say, and I just want to offer an invitation to the realtors. I do this all the time. If you would like to come and get a tour of the town, I will personally take you on a tour and show you all the great things. The historic buildings over at the old Davy School site, some of the first hotel, the first church. Our history goes back to the turn of the century, and we were once called Zona because of all the people from the Panama Canal Zone that came here to settle. So we have a rich history, and I'm very proud of everything that we've accomplished. And of course, I couldn't do it without my counsel and my administrator. We are a great team. And the fact that our administrator has been with us for over 10 years, which is very unique because I got known as the firing council member. We went through probably 8 administrators before we got this gentleman, and he is phenomenal. So again, whatever I can do to help you, my email, I'll put it on the chat, or no, Shell, you can put it on for me. jpaul@davy-fl.gov. Very, very easy.
I'll go ahead and type that in. Can you repeat that for me, Mayor Paul?
jpaul at davy-fl.gov.
Got it. Perfect. I just put it in the chat for everybody.
Okay, thank you very much. And as you can tell by my response to the young lady, who's, I guess it was her mother, sent an email this morning, I am always on top of my emails. As a matter of fact, when I was first elected and I answered someone's email in about an hour, she was shocked. She said, I tried to get a hold of the previous mayor, and it took him a month to answer me. I said, well, this is my job. My job is to take care of my residents, and I'm available. I am unique because my home phone number is on my business card. Wow. That's how available I want to be to my residents.
That's accessibility. And your pride and your commitment and dedication just certainly shines through, Mayor Paul. And it's funny that you mentioned Davy being originally called Zona, because I did my research and I'm like, well, that's interesting, because I was wondering how they came up with the name Davy. And I saw over a century ago it was called Zona, and then it was renamed in 1916 after developer Robert Parcell Davy. So there's a little trivia for you.
There you go.
I did have someone ask.
When we drive around, if you want to take a tour, I'll give you a history lesson on the names of all the roads. And
Cheryl and I are already planning a road trip. Cheryl and I are going to talk off camera. Good. We're going to do a realtor, a Broward, Miami realtor road trip down to Davey.
That sounds amazing.
We've already got people asking about it. Mayor Paul, I wanted to ask you too. Somebody asked a while back, Jamil Brown, the list of the new construction projects that you were talking about. Where can you go back and get a list of these? Are they on the website?
I think they're on our webpage, but I will check. If not, I will see to it that this information, actually, this was a PowerPoint, but I I didn't get organized fast enough to get a tutorial on how to do it from my home. So we can put this PowerPoint up on our website for you to do, or post it on our Facebook page. I'll make sure that happens.
Excellent.
Thank you.
I just see that my vice mayor just is in the chat. Hello, Carol Hatton. Thank you for being here with me today.
Awesome.
Our council is so great. Everybody is interested in everything that is happening, and we're such a great team, really good team.
Awesome. And we're very happy to have you here today. We're going to, Mayor Paul's going to stick around for a little bit. I'm going to toss it back over to Cheryl, Miss Cheryl King-Weathers. Thank you again, Mayor Paul.
So much, Mayor Paul. And as you all can see, she is very passionate and loves what she does. And you can see also that there's some amazing opportunities for real estate in the town of Davey, which brings me to Patty Ocorto. Patty has received her real estate license, in 2004, and is known as one of the most experienced and knowledgeable realtors in the nation. With Patty's outstanding performance over the years as a top producing agent, she consistently maintains the reputation of being service-oriented and understanding. As a top real estate expert, she is here today to share the latest local market stats in Southwest Broward. Let's please welcome Patty Ocorto.
Thank you. Thank you for, and I'd like to thank the Miami board as well. So Mayor Paul, this is why I love Davey, and I do extensive real estate in the Davey area. Just a little fun facts about myself. We actually moved to Davey in 1999 from Miami, and I've been a resident in the Davey since then. We started in Isla Morita, moved into Pine Island Ridge, and I have been in Forest Ridge since 2010. I truly love Davey, and as a realtor, we can live anywhere. And I tell my husband every day, Davey is home for me. So thank you for everything that you do for the town, and your council people are amazing. So just to give you some other facts about Davey as a real estate agent that I'm sure that you'd be interested in. We have about 104,000 residents within a 35 square mile radius in central Broward. We also are able to sell the communities as well, as there's 165 miles of trail systems for horses that we see on a daily basis riding around the town. And realtors and other people always ask me, who's coming to Davey? Why are they coming to Davey? And there's some key reasons. Top school systems. We get a lot of people from Plantation North that are moving into Davey for the school system. So we have people that are moving 1 mile to 5 miles all the time due to schools. Parks and special events. All of our parks, like Mayor Paul said, are within the communities, walking distance. So it really brings that community feeling to residents purchasing. Also, all the special events that we have. The rodeo is a huge attendance event. 4th of July fireworks at the park, the Harvest Festival, sporting events and stuff. So that's really what's bringing people into the town of Davey. And while the market continues to soar, I'm seeing record prices being sold. We're probably going to have our first over $1 million listing in Forest Ridge coming up. So we continue to see inventory very low, and prices just skyrocketing. So what I did was I wanted to give you a couple of snapshots of the Davie area compared to our sister cities, Plantation, Cooper City, because when people are looking in Davie, they're also probably looking in Plantation, Cooper City. And if anybody wants any of these slides, feel free to reach out to me and I can get those over to you. So taking a look at the single family homes for this is second quarter stats. We had 250 sold units. Foreclosure percentage, very interesting, 0%. Davie has always been known for very low foreclosures. Even in the bust back in 2006, foreclosure short sales in the Davie area were extremely low. The median sales price for Davie right now is $550,000. Days on market, 42 days. The percentage of change in number of price reductions, this is a huge number, 22.6%. So we're listing properties and most of them are going under contract without price reductions. Months of supply in the Davie area is 1.4 months. Now this also is bringing in luxury. Davie does sell a lot of luxury homes over $1 million. So these stats are not just for a certain price point. These are from 0 to millions in the single family homes. The next slide, I'm going to talk about townhouses and condos. Again, very strong numbers for Davie, 233 sold. The median net price, $210,000. So again, very strong numbers in our sales price. Dade market, 41. So it really is staying parallel with our single family homes. The months of supply as well, 1.1 months worth of inventory in our condo townhouse market. So that shows the very strong market that we're in right now. Next slide, I wanted to compare city of Davie versus Dade County numbers to give you a range of why Davie is attracting so many buyers, prices continue to rise, and why so many people are wanting to purchase in Davie. So as you can see, from quarter 2 2020 to quarter 2 2021, you're going to see some amazing numbers. Listings sold down to distressed sales are less than 0.8%. Medium sales price, we've actually went up 20.9% last year. This time we're at 455, and this quarter 2021 we're at 550. So as you can see, Davie continues to record numbers. The next slide is going to be your condo, your townhouse market for Davie. Again, great strides that we've made from second quarter of last year to second quarter this year. Medium sales price in the condo townhouse market went up 2.4%. So great increases within the Davie area. Most of the buyers that we're seeing right now are actually coming in from out of state and on the east side, like Fort Lauderdale, Las Olas. We're also experiencing a lot of major company relocations where companies are relocating due to COVID into downtown Miami, and those employees are being transferred in, and those buyers are picking the Davie area. Another big influx of people are coming in, a lot of doctors that are actually going to be working, and medical personnel at the new hospital on University Drive. So we're seeing a lot of people coming in. So it's exciting to see that the recruiting into Davie is so high. So I'd like to open it up for questions if anybody has any questions. And
yeah, I just put thank you so much, Patty, for that update. And I actually put a comment in the chat. 1.1, if you guys weren't listening correctly, she did say 1.1 months of inventory, and that was just condos, I believe, right? I said that is just unheard of. We look at the stats all the time, and what's considered a healthier normal market is what, 4 to 6 months inventory roughly, and we're in one.
Yeah, and as a large listing agent in Davie, every time we put in a property on the market, I'm receiving between 10 and 12 offers within the first couple days of it over list price. So it's just people are waiting on the sidelines to get into our phenomenal town. And it all starts with our mayor, the way it's run, the council that she has. They're always available. They're always reaching out to us. So it's such a pleasure to be able to live and work in a town that I love so much.
Awesome. Cheryl, did you want to field that question from Cher? We have Cher. S-H-E-R. Wow.
I know. Fabulous. Go ahead, Patty.
So what's going to happen with the market? There's people out there that says we're going to drop. There's people that says it's going to continue to go up. I'm seeing changes over the last, I say 2 to 3 weeks. We're getting more listings on the market. Buyers are having a chance of putting an offer on a property and not writing offers sight unseen. So I believe it's going to stabilize. I don't think we're going to go down. Again, it really is the supply and demand. And Davey, if you look at the numbers from 2005 all the way through today, it's amazing how we continue to increase in a positive in every area.
Amazing. We have one more question from Tamara. And any expectation of more inventory anytime soon? With 1.1 months, it's kind of hard to say.
Yeah, I mean, we're expecting, we haven't seen the effects of the COVID and the forbearances. That's the area where we're going to start seeing people have so much equity with the climb in the market over the last year that people that may have had little equity going in have equity. And those are the clients that we're reaching out to, because we want to make sure that if they do have equity and they are in a forbearance and they're out of work still, that we want to get them the equity out of their house now, instead of letting them sit in the property, letting all the interest payments go on, and then they're sitting there with no equity. So the forbearance situation, I think, will be where we're going to start seeing the inventory. And then now with schools back, people are getting out. We've actually seen a spike in inventory over the last few weeks.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here, Patty.
Could I say something before we leave?
Patty,
yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, Patty, your presentation was phenomenal, and getting that perspective that you offered along with everything that's going on in the town was absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much. I appreciate that what everybody has done, and appreciated being here today. And I just wanted to leave you with a little story. When I bought my house in 1986, I had a phenomenal realtor. And the day that I closed, she came to the house with a gift. She knew that I liked eagles, and she gave me a statue of an eagle, which I still have in my house, which I adore. And every time I see it, I think of her, my realtor. Wow. And there was also a request to say something about the Jazz Society. This is Nochelle's forte, and I would suggest that Nochelle put the address on the chat so that people can go to our webpage.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor Paul, for being here today. And I think Cheryl wanted to give Noshelle a shout out.
Yes, I did. I don't know if she can be taken off mute to say a few words about the Davy Jazz Society, because that is where I actually met Noshelle at the event that they did, the first Davy Jazz Festival a few years ago. And her and I just connected like sisters. So it's an amazing, amazing organization. And I'm just blessed to have made her acquaintance, and yours as well, Mayor Paul.
Yeah.
knowing
Noshelle is infectious. She spreads joy and happiness everywhere she goes with her smile and her laugh. And I thank her for making the connection for me with you today.
Yes.
That's awesome. And we are, Noshelle, I see your name popping up. I don't see you on camera, but if you want to say a quick 30 seconds or so about Jazz Society, we'd love to see your smiling face. And then we're going to wrap in just a second. I want to tell you about our next city series coming up. Noshelle, are you there?
She says she's working on a huge event tonight.
Oh, she's working. Oh, I see that. So she's here in spirit.
She's always there.
Hi. I'll do this. But we have a huge event tonight. It's an in-person event, so I'm a little dual operating here. But this has been amazing, and please follow us on Facebook. Is the best way to stay connected to the up and coming of everything Davy Jazz Festival and Society. And we are new in Davy, not newest, but we are new, and we're so thankful to learn all of this great stuff. We'll be connecting because you can take part in our next event. Thank you, bless you, love you.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. And I'm a music lover, so I am definitely going to look into that. I love jazz, music of all kinds. And yes, people are asking for copies of the presentation. I did put in the chat, miamirealtorslive.com. This is pre-recorded, so it'll be there for your viewing pleasure. And I want to thank everyone. We're just running a few minutes over. We did pretty well, I think, here. And hats off, and put your hands together for our fabulous speakers today, Mayor Judy Paul of the great town of Davey, and Miss Patty Accordo, realtor expert extraordinaire in Southwest Broward, and specifically Davey. She's a proud resident, as well as is our awesome moderator, Miss Cheryl King Weathers.
Thank you so much.
Realtor and Broward ambassador. You guys mark your calendars, and I see the comments coming in. Thank you so much for being here. Our next one will be live and in person. I want to extend an invite to Mayor Judy Paul as well. If you like Philly's stone crab in Hollywood, I can't tell you how excited I saw Cheryl just snuck over there with one of our other ambassadors and had a seafood feast. But on Monday, this one's going to be on a Monday in person, September 13th. Okay, we're going to have lunch at Philly's Stone Crab. This is going to be awesome, right? We're going to have an in-person event there with the city of Hollywood. So mark your calendars. You'll be seeing the information about that very soon. Make sure you pre-register. And I cannot wait. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. All right. So thank you guys again so much for being here today, and have a great rest of the day. And thank you all for being Broward Miami members.